Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is about failure and why it is not an option and you must push past your perceived limits. Alright, it's time to win and failure is the only way, my friends. I'll be breaking down why failure is critical to our successes and why we must embrace failure to why we must embrace failure to live a happy, fulfilled, productive, successful, energetic and connected, well balanced, abundant, free, vibrant, can't think of anything else, life. So if we just keep winning all the time, picture this, right? If we just kept winning all the time, we wouldn't really learn anything. We learn from failure and from trying and falling and getting back up and trying again and learning more, using our experiences to grow and get better and try again. And this applies to anything in life. I've experienced many failures. I didn't do well at school. I had my own business, which I lost my life savings on, and that's a different video, all right? That I'll cover, and what lessons you can learn from that as well. And my acting career has been far from a huge, big, fat success like I dreamed of, materially speaking anyway. I love acting in my career and I'm enjoying the process of developing my acting skills and reading scripts and watching quality film, TV, theatre, and reading plays and, you know, working on the skill of it. I enjoy the skill of it more than anything rather than the outcome. So in that respect, it's been a success. Absolutely. It's not a failure. You know, working on my fitness. So that's a success to me as well because I'm constantly growing, constantly learning about ways I can level up. So in theory, winning all the time sounds nice, but what would we develop if we did win all the time? Now, I've realised that true winning is in the process and being in the flow of doing the thing rather than the outcome of the thing. So the zone of creation where we're so engaged with the task at hand that time melts away. You forget about everything else that's going on and our worries and fears cease to exist. This zone, the flow state, is so bloody fun that it just feels so great to learn and build new skills. And we should be remembering that each time we do this we fail, and each time that every failure is an opportunity to expand. It's an opportunity for your neural pathways to learn and grow from that experience, right? So when we grow and we learn and we evolve and rebuild ourselves with more wisdom and skill and discipline each time. So you need to build something of value, and to do that for ourselves in the world, we have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable and push ourselves out of our comfort zone and chase new adventures, chase new things, chase new skills, people and experiences, and learn to feel uncomfortable with failure. Really assess where you are, acknowledge where you are right now, and start to do the things that perhaps don't feel good, all right, when you start to do them. But as you get better, you will undoubtedly, as you get better, you will inevitably, for example, there's no point trying to do like a workout program that's like an hour long, an hour and a half long, and you're pushing your body from nothing. Like whatever you start off with, you're going to get results, all right? So instead of trying to push yourself to do like 3 sets of push-ups, 10, and 3 sets of squats, and 3 deadlifts, and 3 lunges, and you know, instead of like, just start off small, half an hour workout. Make it so easy that you can't miss it. Make it so easy. Get a habit tracker and make it really bloody easy. So then the failure is not an option because you've made it so easy in the first place. If it's only going to take you 20 or 30 minutes, instead of trying to do all this work that you think and try to push past and push yourself to failure, and you work out so hard that you can't come back the next day, you can't come back 2 days later. What's the point in that? You're so sore and tired. Imagine being able to do 3 or 4 workouts every week and you're desperate to get back in, you're so energetic to get back in, you're ready to get back in because you haven't pushed yourself to the point of failure. And that's funny because failure is not an option. So in that sense, failure is not an option because it's a success to not push yourself to failure. I'll say that again. It's a success to not push yourself to failure. Just as my camera decides to do something weird there. I'll just sort that out. So it's a success to not push yourself to failure. All right. In that respect. So basically, don't push yourself to the point of failure. If you do that, it'll be harder to come back the next day. It'll be harder to come back 2 days later, 3 days later. You will need the time to rest. And this applies to anything, okay? So if you push yourself, you're trying to write, or you're trying to learn a new skill, play a new sport, you know, learn how to code, whatever it is, right? If you push too hard, if you put too many hours in and you exhaust and drain yourself and you stay up till 2 a.m. doing it, there's no point if you've not got a quality of life, all right? You're not doing this for failure, you're doing it for your success ultimately. Your success is in the process of doing rather than pushing yourself to failure. So if you do the workouts, instead of pushing, do 2 sets of 10 push-ups, right? Do 20 in total, do 2 sets of squats, do 2 kettlebell swings, 10 to 15 reps. Do some rows, for example, 2 sets of 10, and that's it. Call it a day. Do a quick 5-minute stretch. You'll feel fresh, you won't have pushed yourself to failure, and you'll be able to get more overall volume during the week. So this applies to anything. If I try and learn a language, if I'm trying to learn German or French, for example, and I spend 4 or 5 hours a day on it, solid, I'm going to be burnt out. Okay, if I'm not taking breaks, I'm going to be burnt out, right? Is it not better that maybe I get on Duolingo and I do 15 minutes a day or 30 minutes a day, right? Instead of trying to do 4 hours, your brain will be fresh, you'll be ready to attack it. You could maybe even do it twice a day, so you could do it once in the morning or afternoon and once in the evening before you go to bed, right? You will learn quicker, you will retain more, and you'll be fresh the next day, instead of dreading it. If you do it once for 3 or 4 hours, you're probably not going to come back the next day or the day after that or the day after that, because you'll be quite tired. But if you do half an hour today, and then you come back the next day, you could do that 5 or 6 days in a week easily, right? And it wouldn't even feel like you're doing that much, but you will have put in 5 or 6 hours, as opposed to the person who's done 4 hours once and then can't do it again for a week. So overall, you will have done about 2 or 3 hours more than what they will have done in a week, and it won't even feel like it. So this applies to anything. All right, so failure is not an option if you want to experience a higher vibrancy in life and a higher goal and a higher energy and a higher purpose and a greater understanding of why we're here and what you want from this existence. Then my advice to myself and my advice to you is take it slowly, take it one day at a time, and stay focused and keep in the present. If you just stick with what you're doing and stick to it, you won't need motivation, you won't need discipline. You schedule in your calendar half an hour to do a workout, half an hour to learn a language, half an hour to learn a skill. It'll be so automatic that you will just keep leveling up, and the person that you're becoming in the future will be so thankful. You have to think about that. Think about what's driving you. What do you want? What do you want? These are big questions. We're only here once, so let's make the most of it.